Okay, great morning, everyone. It's still dark. The puppies are antsy. They want to go OUT, but it's still dark out there. So let me shuffle some cards. We'll see what's going on with the divider and thief today. The fact he wants to pay himself $250 million because he was investigated. Yeah. It just shows how absolutely toxic and insane this man is, and just the narcissism. The toxic narcissism is beyond. Yeah, I'm going to pay myself $250 billion because you investigated my crimes. Yeah. So the divider and thief, the first thing we have out this morning is the lovers. The lovers. These would be the ones that have sold their souls. Yeah, the lovers, where this is moving to, the ship, where it's moving to, the lovers. And the American public, what they're trying to sell, the Empress. So the lovers, where they're going when it comes to the American public, this guy, they take their marching orders from a guy that worships the father of lies. This guy has never told the truth in his life, and these are supposedly good Christians. Yeah. The ones, the anti-Christian Christians, the ones that have sold their souls. So let's see, the energy coming into it is about service. Yes, we live to serve the dark. Yeah, and so we have that mental state, that depression, the mental state, the dark side of service. Lovely, isn't it? And this is what they do. I keep getting this card. This is the ground. This is the absolute happenings, okay? Their mental state in their service now, they have sold their souls, okay? And their mental state is getting worse day by day. They have gone down a wrong road. So what's going on today is their frivolity, okay? They're not serious in the truth. Yeah, they follow, guess what? Trump, the star, Trump. Do his bidding in service to the dark. But the light is being shed on it, okay? The light is being shed now on the things they're saying. We see people talking about lying Levitt, little Mikey Johnson, Grinder Johnson. Yeah. So more light is being shed on his servants of the dark. So what's the challenge is what they're trying to sell, the merchant. Yeah, what little Grinder Mike is trying to sell when it comes to not swearing in that congressman. And what's flowering, all the things that are flowering now that they're trying to sell by their actions. These are the actions that they're doing, the Queen of Wands. The actions they have in hand, okay? that they're trying to sell. Potential outcome, yeah, consolation. In other words, it's not going to go well for them, these servants of the dark that have sold their souls to the liar and thief, the divider and thief. Yeah, their consolation is, guess what? The snake, toxicity. Because he's got no loyalty to anyone. When he's out of office, there's nobody to save them. Okay? What they're getting in consolation in the end is toxicity and truth. The start of the truth. So it's telling the sad tale today of those that have sold their souls to be in service to the dark. And their outcome is the consolation of the truth in their face, and all their toxicity is going to be seen for what it is. Outside influence is the falseness, the false, okay? Because the dark cares only about themselves. Trump cares about himself, not anyone else. Yeah. The book. The light of the book. The truth of their falsity. And the evidence in hand. Queen of Pentacles. The evidence in hand of the book and their falsity. Underneath of it all, we have the despair. In the end, the despair where they've moved to get to a better place in that marriage, linking up with the dark side, the marriage to the dark side to enhance themselves. In other words, they've sold their souls to the dark for greed, for power, for corruption. And all of their fake Christianity will not save them, because the Bible says, quite rightly, what's judged is the hearts and the minds. Not what you say your religious affiliation is. Okay? So Grinder Mike and Lying Levitt and Pee Wee German and all the rest of them that have sold their souls to the dark are going to wind up in a very bad place. So let's do a clarifying read and see what it says. At the center of it all, there is an agreement. The Three of Cups. An agreement. Above it, about the MAGA drama, the family, okay, the emotional family. The Ten of Cups, the emotional family, they're all in agreement together about what they've gained, what they were given. Six of Pentacles, what you're being given. So they sold out for concrete things. They sold out to the world. Okay? MAGA, because of greed. So coming into it, we have the ultimate truth, the Queen of Swords, the stance of truth, the fighter of truth. When it comes to their deception, the Moon, their insanity, their deception, what they've done by the dark of night, and what is up in the air. Seven of Cups, all these things, all of these things that they've been involved with, their deception, their insanity, their darkness, okay, and the strength of the ultimate truth in the end about their deception, not going down a good path. The other side of it, we have a victory, and the victory is an agreement when it comes to the truth, the strength of the truth. In other words, you can't lie your way around it. Because what? The wheel is turning, the karmic wheel, okay, on their deception. And this is where it's moving to, the Three of Wands, the actions. This is their actions that are coming back in the karma and the light, okay? The strength of the light, the truth, is going to have the victory. Yeah, cautionary tale. Things are up in the air with the wheel. It's coming, though, about the agreement about their deception and what they bought into, okay? So figuring out the next move, Two of Wands, the next action, the burden that they now carry, the Ten of Wands, the burden now weighing them down, the actions that are weighing them down now, what they've been working on, Eight of Pentacles, what they're doing in the world, the fights, the arguments, the Five of Wands, the fights, the actions, okay? But unfortunately, in the end, the Four of Swords, their mental state, that repression, the end point, you see this skeleton there, their mental state, what they've done in the world, okay, the World card, to enrich themselves, the Nine of Pentacles being enriched, having the greed in the world, what they've tried to get away with, bare bones, their mental state of what they wanted to get away with to enrich themselves, ruled by their emotions. But in the end, also, the King of Cups can be the true spirituality, the reality of it there, and where they're wrapped up mentally, their restrictions. Eight of Swords, the mental restrictions when it came to compassion, which they threw away. The Queen of Cups, their mental restrictions with compassion and judgment. Judgment is coming, okay? Of Temperance. And then they will be alone. And the other side, they are alone, the Hermit, being alone with the truth, okay? And that's the new action that will come. Yeah. So it's saying all these that have sold their souls to gain prosperity in the world, to gain notoriety, they've sold their souls. And what they have waiting for them is judgment, okay? So the Divider and Thief, I guess I did get a reading on the Divider and Thief. Not on Trumpenstein, but the ultimate Divider and Thief, Satan, what comes to those that follow that path of ego, that bow down to the liar and thief to gain riches. And they have a deep reckoning coming. So I do not envy any of them. On that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.